We're about to pick up the newest member of the Queendom, Lola Floofbutt Ingle, the pom. You're so happy. You're so fluffy. You're so fluffy. Lola's inside. There you are. Hey. Very oh, that little face. Please don't watch this if you're not ready for something sad. I thought I had completely cried myself out and that I was going to be able to do this. There's absolutely no way I'm getting through this video without crying because I think it's starting already. So she got here on Wednesday, April 29th. And that was one of the best days ever. Everybody who came in contact with her was just immediately smitten by her. Even the vet. May the 4th, Star Wars Day. Her vet appointment was that evening at 5:15. And she was so good. And the vet was like super friendly and talked to us for a while and said that basically she's perfect, and because of all this COVID stuff right now, we can't go in the building with her. At the end of her appointment, they brought her back out, and it was probably close to around 6 o'clock then. They bring you out like a sheet from their office that just talks. It's kind of like a welcome to this vet office place. One of the things on the sheet, they didn't ever show us a package. They didn't ever show us a label. They didn't ever tell us anything about it other than like, oh, there's this stuff called Revolution, and we'll put it on the back of her neck for you, and it will prevent fleas and ticks, and I think also ringworm, and it's to protect her. And they didn't say there were any possible side effects. They didn't say there were any risks involved. They didn't show me anything about it. All they just said is to protect her. So I'm like, oh, of course. Please protect her. And so they put it on the back of her neck. So that night of May the 4th, I mean, my dad and I love Star Wars, and we love watching Star Wars together. And we wanted to watch Star Wars with Lola. And just have like this special like daddy-daughter Lola and Star Wars time. And my dad was even insisting that I make popcorn because he wanted to make it extra special. And he even said, like, while we were there about to watch Star Wars, and he's like, this is such a special time. It's such a happy moment. He's like, I'm here with 2 of my girls, and we're going to watch Star Wars together and have popcorn. And eventually, like, we were just getting sleepy, and we didn't even finish it. We put her in her little bed, and I was sleeping on the couch, like, 3 feet away from her. Like, it was like my head was like here, and then like the playpen would have been like right there. Around 3:30 a.m. she made this weird noise, and I got up and checked on her, and she just looked like she was sleeping. And I was like, you're being so silly. Why are you making silly noises in your sleep? Then around 6 a.m. and maybe even a little before 6 a.m. she made the noise again. So I got up again, and then I went to pet her, and I pet her, and her body, like, it's like her head was like twitching, and then she like went like stiff, and then like limp, and like fell in her little bed. She was just in her little bed. And I just immediately, I picked up the bed with her in it, and I went and knocked on the door to my room where my dad was sleeping, and I said, we have to go. I said, we have to go to the animal hospital right now. We just didn't know if she was alive. And we got there, oh my goodness, so fast. Like, we went straight down to the car, and we're calling on the way, so they were there to meet us when we'd be there. And even as we were pulling into the parking lot, she made the noise again and like twitched and moved again. I was just so glad that she was still alive. And they took her in on her little bed. And I'd held it together, and that was like for all that time, because I just knew I had to just get her in. I was okay, and I was gonna do whatever it took to get her in there. And while we were waiting, I just lost it. And I couldn't even go in and be with her or see her or anything because of COVID. I had to stay outside. I couldn't even be in the same building. I brought out the estimate, and I did not care what it cost. I would have paid anything to save her. One doctor came out one time and was able to talk to us face to face, but all the other updates had to be done over the phone. But even though it was over the phone, I still just waited outside because I wanted to be near her. And after at one point, I think we'd been there a couple hours, I realized one of my feet was sticking to my shoe, and I'd realized I went out of the house with only one sock on and didn't even notice for hours. And I looked in the reflection in the glass, and I was standing there in my pajamas, and it never even occurred to me. I didn't matter because Lola wasn't okay. After a few hours, they told us that we should just go home, and they would call us with updates. They were able to give us an update around 1, and she was just still in critical condition, and they were still trying to stabilize her. At one point, we even drove back over to the building, even though we couldn't go inside. I just wanted to stand outside the building and just be near her. I went to go sit down in the car, and my phone has connected to my car via Bluetooth. So I went and sat in the car, and automatically started playing music. And it started playing the healing song from Tangled. And so of course I lost it. I just wanted to sing it to her. Late afternoon, we called, and they actually said that Lola seemed to be actually doing a little better, and they managed to stabilize her. And it was like the biggest sense of relief that I'd felt all day. It was probably only 15 minutes later. They called and said that she wasn't doing very well now. Something happened. I don't even know what. And they were trying to resuscitate her and would know in the next 10 minutes if it worked. And they did like little doggy CPR on her. I told my dad, I was like, we have to get in the car right now. It had been more than 10 minutes. It was probably closer to like 15 minutes. We were going to her, and on the drive there, I got another phone call. The doctor said her little lungs had filled with fluid. That there was no way she was gonna make it now. I said, okay. I just kept driving there. And they were so nice. Even some of the staff was crying because she was just so nice and so good. Like, everybody that met her loved her. They did everything they could all day. The doctor even said that it was the closest he'd ever felt to how the MDs feel who are dealing with trying to save people from COVID, because they just keep doing everything they can and people's immune systems just can't keep up. And she just couldn't keep up. And I hate that I couldn't be in there with her. Not that I wanted to see that, but I hope she knows she was really, really loved and didn't feel alone. They had 2 technicians with her, just her, all day long, the whole time she was in there. But I hate that I had to keep her over that morning. That was the last time I saw her until I said I could go tell her goodbye. But, like, how are you supposed to say goodbye when she's already gone? So I went in this little room. It was the only time I was allowed in the building. And they got me some of her fur to keep in a little bag. And I went in this room and they had her on this table. And she was wrapped up in this little pink blanket. With just her fuzzy little head poking out. And I had my Pascal mask on again, the same one that she, like, less than a week before, I had to say goodbye to her in the same mask. And I felt so bad. I used to say, I'm so sorry, Lola. I was so sorry. I love her so much. She didn't deserve to have to be gone so soon. And I really hate that she was here for such a short period of time. I just think she doesn't even feel real. Because she was too cute and too perfect and too smart and too nice. I don't want her to just feel like a figment of my imagination. I wanted to get this filmed before it had been more days that she was gone than that she was here with me. It still smells like her. And I don't want it to ever stop smelling like her, but I know eventually it's going to. I was so excited to introduce you guys to her. She was so good. I have sobbed until I hyperventilated, like, every day since this has happened. Like, this is the most together I've been, and that's pretty bad. It felt like the worst nightmare, and I was, like, even afraid to sleep because I don't know which is worse, being awake and dealing with the reality of it, or I was afraid I was gonna go to sleep and have a nightmare about it, or go to sleep and feel like she was here again, and then wake up and then she wouldn't be. And the things keep arriving for her because all of her stuff hadn't gotten here yet. Every time I go past the mirror, where she used to be so excited to see and play with Mirror Puppy, I just wish I could see Mirror Puppy again. Mirror Puppy was really cute. So friendly. She did not seem like a dog at all. Like, literally, she walked on her hind legs so much she seemed more like an Ewok. Like, her playpen and everything is up. Her food is still in her dish. I just don't want her memories to fade. I don't want her to feel forgotten. She was just here for such a short period of time. But it was a really, really good time while she was here. And I guess, like, if anything comes out of this, like, if you go and read on the website of that stuff, it's literally a poison that they put on animals, and it seeps into their systems so that it ticks and fleas. If they bite them, it kills them, and it's like seeps up out of their skin. I don't know, but that just seems like, if I would have even known that that's what it did, I'd have been like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. It says it has caused seizures and all this horrible stuff. It's rare, but it has caused it and has caused death, and nobody told me this. And I would have never wanted to put it on her if I would have known that was a risk. I just hope maybe if you have a dog or know someone who has a dog, just, you should at least be aware that that's a potential side effect, especially if they're a puppy. Like, puppies, aren't fully developed yet. When she's bigger, maybe she could have handled it, but right now she was a puppy. Lola was the absolute best pet I could ever hope for. I don't know how I got so lucky. She was so sweet. It's so good. It's so playful. She was never mean or would ever hurt anyone. She loved little kids. I'm just really grateful to know that at least all the time before she was with me and then with me, we did everything we could to make sure she had the best life possible. And I'm so grateful they did everything they could to try and save her. I've never loved anything like I loved Lola, and like I still love Lola. They gave me some of her fur. There's almost left of her. If I ever had to have a first dog, she was definitely the best one I could have ever asked for. And maybe someday I could have another friend. I just don't know when that's gonna be, because I don't ever want her to feel replaced. She will never be replaced. But someday I would like to have a little friend for longer than 6 days. And really just 5 days. I hope nothing like this ever happens to one of you or your little fuzzy friends. I'm sorry to be such a good rating on everybody's parade and sadness in your day. I just had to share this with you. It just seemed like the right thing to do. I'm really grateful to have known her. I wouldn't trade the days we had together for anything. It's just so quiet without her. I guess just thank you, Lola, for bringing so much happiness to me and my dad and my friends and everybody in the short little time that you were here. You're really special. I'll never, ever forget you. I'll always remember you. And I don't know if I'm ever gonna get over it completely. Because it just wasn't right the way that it happened. My best little friend. Say hello to the Queendom. Lola.
We're gonna drive back?
Yeah, you are the cutest little creature.
Are you eating your bed? Is it a yummy bed?
Are you gonna open it? Are you gonna open it?
Yeah! The puppy in the mirror. Who's that?
Looking for her treats. You see her?
The baby Good morning. You show them your purse?
Hey, Lola. Who's in there?
You're gonna go run for mirror puppy.